I wanna ask, have you ever made apple pie? Because I think making apple pie can mean a lot of different kind of apple pies. Well, maybe the first apple pie that comes into your mind is the American version. This kind of where there's a crusty outside and gooey inside. But what apple pies usually mean in Finland, it means more like this kind of cake, I would say. It can be made inside of this or for a whole square pan. No, wait. To this. And now I wanted to take you guys to the apple pie making journey. And please tell me, do you have any special recipe in your family? Because I don't have. I do a bunch of different kind of recipes. You can find them in the internet. But yeah. Also, if you have any tips to me, I'm really happy to receive them because I wanna make better apple pies again and again. So first, of course, I have cut the apples. I use 1 kilogram. I already have them in fridge cut, but they were like leftovers when I cut the dried apples, and I didn't want to waste, of course, these ones. And because these ones are too small, because when you dry them, it becomes so small. So yeah, that's why I don't use this. But yeah, so there's gonna be a little bit, maybe 1.5 kilograms apples. This is the first time I use this kind of recipe, so let's see what it's gonna hold. Then I have 125 grams of butter that's already melted. Then I need 3 deciliter of sugar, and because I wanna make the apple pie very good and delicious, I'm gonna use 2 regular and then foreign sugar, so it gives more taste. Then I already have done the flour mix. There's 5 deciliters flours, 3, if I remember, no, 2 not tablespoon, but teaspoon of baking powder and vanilla sugar and 1 teaspoon of cardamom. Is it right word? I don't know. But it's the spice that you use to make buns. Yeah. And of course I have eggs. I have to beat the eggs and sugar together first. Okay, this is new, I know, but I try to crack the eggs so you can see. But it's like, there comes the second eggs. I already put 1 egg, so I needed 4 eggs. Yep. And I don't know, but I wanna know who teach you to crack eggs? Did you learn yourself? Did mom, grandma, or grandpa taught you, or were you able to learn it from school? Because in Finland we learn if nobody else teach us, then we learn in school. Then I put sugar, the browns, not brown, but foreign sugar. Okay, I don't like. It's not the full, but it have to sufficient or like that. And if nothing else, I have syrup to give it a more taste. I maybe use that because syrup, it gives very nice taste. this kind of syrup. Black, of course, because the black it keeps more deep. And now we are guessing. I'm also guessing how much I should put. Like, I think this is my opinion. Tell me. I want to hear your opinion. Do you follow the recipe like grams and all those things, or are you a person who is like, okay, I can like put this and this and it turns out well? Because some recipes I know there you have to follow the rules very well. For example, macaroons. But I don't think like this kind of apple pie, and also maybe American apple pie too, because it's only crust and filling, so there's not much, to okay, it can be hard to make, but I don't think, okay, there's fly, sorry, there's nothing more that it the only thing that's crucial is that if you bake it, is it going to burn or is it going to be undercooked? That's my opinion, and same for this. But what I should say is that I think it's not so important to know how much you use this. Okay, of course, I'm not gonna use 1 deciliter, but like I'm not gonna measure it because, like I said, there's not a full deciliter in a sugar, and the consistent of this and the weight of this, these are not equal. Okay, so you cannot replace in a way, but you can in a way, what I try to say is in chemical way, foreign sugar is not same as the syrup, but I know that you can replace some things always, like, yeah. So my point was that, are you a person who follows the rules very and the recipe very like well, or are you a person who is like, okay, maybe I can put this and that, and yeah. But yeah, now I'm going to put like a little bit. That looked a lot, but don't worry, it still looks something. Then goes the regular sugar. And I also noticed that, I don't know about you, but the sugar, I always try to use a little bit less, not a much, but like, for example, I didn't, as you can see, I didn't use a full deciliter. The reason is that because in Finnish recipes they usually put more sugar than needed, and then the whole cake tastes like sugar, and it's not so nice, because I mean the queen of the queen of the cake should be apple, not sugar. So that's why. And also the apples, they are gonna give more sugar to the thing. The different thing is that if you are making a basic cake, then the sugar, where there's not other source of sugar, then using a right amount of sugar is important, I think. And we are very lucky. I'm privileged to use this kind of machine, because doing by hand, I have done it. It takes a while, it takes an energy. And I was also teach that if this is ready, if you take it off and then you like swirl it, and if the shape is gonna last. Now, as you can see, it's not gonna last very long, so I have to a little bit more whisk it. Now it's a little bit like, well, not much better holding the shape, but a little bit better. Then I forgot to mention, you need also 2 deciliters of milk or apple juice, and I happen to have apple juice, so I'm going to use it. Yep. And also this step, it's not so crucial, I think, in this recipe, but if you are maybe baking you know, birthday cake and you want the fluffy flavors, then it's important. Then you need to whisk 10 minutes. And it's crazy how long it takes. But now I want to ask you, by the way, when you make cake, do you usually buy it or do you make it yourself? Cake or pies or... Then the recipe said that you put this and the butter like very, very gently like this, and then I mix it again. I put the butter, and this is the spatula. This is the best equipment when baking. I think it's like the ultimate best thing. Of course, after the electronic machine whisking thing, of course, if you are making cakes and stuff, because like I said, hand whisking is a lot of work. But this is my opinion. When you whisk by hand whipped cream, it becomes very good, very good. I don't know what's the secret. It's becomes so good when you hand whisk it. There's now liquid, and now it's time for the flour. So this is friend of ours also. Okay, to make full sure. I love the smell of cardamom spice. And now whisk. Now it's ready, and now we fill the containers. Okay, here are my apples, and now we are ready. I'm not a professional, so... It held the shape quite well. Maybe I should have taken it a little bit earlier. Thank you for watching, and hopefully I gave some tips. And please tell me, what kind of apple pie do you make in your country? And this is a nice word, because apple pie, apple cake, they are different things. And I would say personally that this is apple pie still, even though it looks like an apple cake more. But it's very funny that languages, they represent different things. But yeah, please tell me what kind of apple dessert or apple pie you like to make, and what's the name in your language. Bye!